new season, new settings. Let's get straight into it. So I'm currently 14 years old, and I've been numerous pros.
Okay, you jumped out, Visa.
Flag.
Shield on the side. Oh, in pipes, just the most aware.
I got lower.
An armor. Armor dead.
Wow.
That's top piece. N90, Mossy 90 dead. Mossy 90 dead.
He's low.
What? Bro, it's a death bro and he's floating.
Wide swing on the con. Crouch.
Extra.
Alright, game's launched, and these are the settings right here that'll make you a top tier level siege player. Let's get it. So general settings. These don't really matter. Pings on. You make sure this setting does matter. Make sure you have pings on. These are like the yellow pings, the Z pings, the whatever you call it. The pings that aren't the scan red pings. You need these on. These help a lot when you have teammates that don't have mics and can't really communicate with like their text or all that. Okay. This doesn't really matter. Okay, this is a new setting. It's really good. So stun VFX. So it's when you get flash grenaded. So you can either, when you get flash grenade, you can either get blinded and your entire room becomes white with a white glare, or you can play dark glare where it's, when you get blinded, it's black, not white, and I just prefer it better. And also, I'm pretty sure it doesn't last as long. Don't quote me on that, but I've heard it doesn't last as long, so that's kind of a pro tip for you. Cycle inside camera group. So I see a lot of people playing this on, but I prefer off because I can just lean back, not have to use my mouse, and I just can click Q and E to cycle between all of the about cams, VPs, maestro cams, all that. Okay, I don't even know what this is, to be honest with you. Just default. Diffuser pickup. Okay, this also does matter. So I'm not on my main account. I've been on my all accounts since there's lots of cheers, but usually I have this on both. So sometimes I want to walk over and pick it up, or sometimes I just want to manually pick it up. So that's why both is the best, because it's not either or. So put down both. That can actually sell you some rounds if you don't have it on both. Visible throw trajectory. So this when you're throwing a nitro, stun grenade, nade, all of that, you can see where it's going to go and where it's going to bounce off. This is really good. You want to have it on. Drone after prep. This is also really good. You want to make sure that this is on manual, because let's say someone's saying a cut cam to take map control very quickly, and you don't want to accidentally get off it, because you know sometimes you never know, that split second someone could walk through and win you or lose you the round. Match replay. This I usually keep it on. Doesn't really matter. Text chat, usually on all chat, so I can text my enemies and trash talk them, or if they're trash talking me, don't let them trash talk you. I just play on normal HUD settings. A lot of people, I see them on custom, change it to exactly how they like. I just prefer normal. I don't really need anything special. Normal's good for me. Okay, so a lot of people, they don't know if you want to switch your language, like your text language, this is how you do it. So you go to audio settings, you can switch to French, Spanish, all this. You see right here, this is where you do it in audio settings. I know it's kind of weird. Why would it be an audio for text? Doesn't really make sense to me, but that's how you do it. Subtitles off or on. Some people like it on. I think it takes up too much space on my screen, and it clutters my screen, so I turn it on off. This is like, if you didn't know, this is where let's say maestro says like, or Moz is like, hey, got a camera, the text for that will come up. Okay, this matters a lot. Dynamic range, you're gonna want to have it on night mode. Almost all the pros use on night mode. It's what you're going to want to use. Like night mode, you'll be able to hear footsteps louder if they're closer to you and quieter if they're far away. But honestly, recently, like the audio has been kind of weird. Like this last game I just played, the audio is kind of weird, but you know, night mode's still the best. Hi-Fi, I honestly haven't really used it, but I've seen like Sport use it for like a week or two. I've seen some pros use it, and I have no clue. I've literally never used TV mode. I have no clue what TV mode is. Slight compression with dynamic range, middle ground between night mode and hi-fi. If you can't pick between hi-fi and night mode, maybe you want to go TV because it says in between. But I have never used it, so that's something you guys would have to know. Master volume, I turn it all the way up. I need to hear everything. In-game SFX volume, these are my audio settings. You can just copy them if you want. Minimal. Okay. So voiceover presets, I want on minimal because sometimes they'll be talking way too much and I won't be able to hear something like a sound cue that's very important to win the game. HQ voiceover is like, I don't know, 10 seconds left. I don't know what that is. Mono stereo, make sure you have this on stereo because if it's on mono, you'll only hear it between like you'll hear it on both of your headsets, but it'll be like mixed together. Stereo, if someone's on the left side of you, you'll hear it on your left headset. If someone's on the right side, right side. So that's why you want stereo. That's a Ned's saying you need headphone stereo. I use this microphone. These don't really matter. It's just like my input, output volumes. Voice chat. This changes a lot depending on how quiet and loud my teammates are. I use push to talk, and then there you go. All right, so I have a 4080 Super, and okay. If you didn't know, make sure you're using your GPU to adapt your display. And then I have a Zowie 360Hz monitor. It's perfect if you this is perfect for like players who really want to take the game competitively. That's where you want these 360Hz monitors. Especially Zowie, because this one's like for esports. Full screen, make sure you're on full screen, not window, not borderless. It reduces input lag. And then I play 1610, 88 FOV. It's been working really well for me, and I love it. 1610, 88. I have this on 100, but sometimes it's kind of like too far out, and like you have to actually like you have to look too far up on your screen, so you can change it to a little middle ground like 90, 100. I just like 100. It's kind of cleaner. Nothing's like in the middle of my screen. Brightness, I'm currently on 54, but usually I'm on 71. But I don't know, it's been kind of bright for me, so I like 54 right now. Okay, so graphics settings. These are very, very important. This is like, this can get you free kills. Look at first one I want to show you, shadow quality. I know some pros tell you to use it on medium. A lot of pros will say make sure you have it on at least medium, because then you can see some shadows. But no, trust me, make sure it's on very high, because some shadows cannot be seen on medium rather than very high. Very high, like, so if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say shadows, that's what I mean. So let's say you're on Clubhouse and you're on defense, you're playing Rafters, and if someone's peeking the garage door, you'll see their shadow before they swing. So you can just pre-fire them, free kill. And that works for medium shadow quality, but some places you need to have very high to see the shadows. So make sure it's not very high. Okay. Sorry, enough yapping about that. So I pretty much use low and off for everything for more FPS, because FPS is a game changer. And just, yeah, the rest are low and off. I just have that on very high. Okay, this is the sweet stuff. This is the juicy stuff. This is what y'all want to hear for. So sensitivity, control, keybinds, all that. This is where you want to go. Let's see. So I currently play on raw input off. I'm not sure what the difference changes, I don't know what the difference is between the two. I play on 8.8. Everyone's always talking about, why do you have such low sensitivity? How is your sensitivity slow? Look at it. I'll show you why. I have a big mouse pad. I don't know if you can tell it's big, but I have a big mouse pad, alright? So I can move my mouse easily across my screen, you know? But I genuinely don't think my sense is slow. I never knew it was like considered a slow lens until y'all started talking about it. But no, I can move it really quick. It's perfect for me. I also use 400 DPI, and yes, I am on default multiplier. So ADS sensitivity, 1.0, 51, 2.5, 63. And then the rest really don't matter to me. I don't use it unless I'm playing Glass or Cali. So 73, 85, 98. Okay, mouse scroll disabled. So this is with the switch your guns, but sometimes I accidentally scroll and that will screw me over. So I have it on disabled. Gadget development, make sure it's on advanced. It's not as important as drone deployment, but so this means when you pull out your Jaeger ADS, it'll place down instantly if you have it on standard. But if you have it on advanced, you can hold it out and then place it down. And drone deployment, so this means you can throw it out while I'm making the hand gestures. So you can throw a drone, and if you have it on standard, you'll instantly get on the drone when you throw it. But then people will just swing you right when you throw it. Or you can go on advanced and try and bait someone out and throw the drone, not get on it, they peek you, kill them, then get on it. You know what I mean? So if you don't know what I mean by that, advanced, you throw your drone, you won't get on it instantly. You can get on it whenever. Just that's what advanced does. Aim, I play on hold. Some pro players like Kino play toggle, but I play hold. Lean, okay, Sploit plays hold. I play toggle. Most pros play toggle. So this is what I'm going to say about lean. This is what I'm going to say about this, alright? If you are new to the game, I suggest using hold, because most of the players that play hold lean are more mechanically better, like better mechanically than players that play toggle. But I am like just evenly as good with toggle and hold. So sprint on hold, crouch on hold. Okay, this is default. Crouch is toggle default. But for me, I prefer hold because I can spam crouch and just, yeah, pretty much just spam crouch and crouching faster. Prone on toggle, walk on hold. All right, this is also the juicy stuff. Keybinds. These keybinds have literally always worked for me. They are perfect, and yep, they're just goated. So scoreboard, I have that on tab. These are just default. Push to talk, I have on V. I don't use a keybind. It's good. I can just talk to my teammates, make gunfight, all that stuff. Okay, I use WSD like a normal human being. If you don't use WSD, you need to leave, bro. Alright, so I lean with Q and E. So if I'm leaning left, Q, leaning right, E. So some people like to lean with their mouse buttons, but no, do not do that. You are handicapping yourself if you lean with your mouse buttons. Yes, there is a few pros that lean with their mouse buttons, but I promise you, Q and E is way better. All the mechanically gifted players that you heard of use Q and E. Okay. Sprint on shift, navigate, so it's like vaulting, that's on space like a normal person, even though I used to use crouch as space, but not anymore. So right now I have crouch on control, prone on caps lock, and if you haven't heard of the new Hashan peak, so you might have seen this in the Spoit TikTok where he went against Stompin in the 1v1 and he was peaking like it's a new insane peak with your prone with when you're laying down. So I have it on C because I can just easily still move with WSD and use my thumb for C to use the new Hashan peak. It's the most overpowered peak. You can peak without them having almost any chance to kill you if you're doing it correctly. They can like see your elbow and that's about it. And you can see their entire body. Unfortunately, you cannot shoot while doing this, but it's a great informational peak. So that's why I have it on C. I used to only have a caps lock, but now it's on C as well. I have alt lock like default. And then the rest are pretty much default, to be honest. But I melee with my bottom mouse button. Use my main gadget with scroll wheel. And then secondary gadget, I have like my nades, flash grenades. That's on my top mouse button. To get on cams, I use 5. To throw a drone, I use X. Okay, so I've seen some people ask me. So the question marks on the bottom right of my screen when I'm switching weapons, how do you get those? So all you have to do is usually this will be on 1 and 2, but I de-keybinded it by just putting this over here and then putting the player drone to have how I usually have it, and then it's going to be undefined, so I don't have a keybind for it, but I can still switch between my pistol and my primary gun with having weapon swap on 2 or whatever you like. I usually have on 2. So I drop diffuser with Z and I ping with G. Also, switch ability mode. So it's like if you have your Sophia, you can switch between concussion and impacts, which I use B for that. And then change operator when you're like on drones, changing your operators in prep phase on attack. That's 7. The rest are, I believe they're all default here. So let's go on to privacy. So I stream, as many of y'all know. If you don't know, go check me out. I stream stream every day. So I get stream sniped a lot, so I have to have all these private settings on. But when I'm not streaming and I'm just chilling with my friends, I'll usually have them all off. But when I'm streaming, I have them all on. Usually have some random nickname on, just cause why not? And yeah, okay. So this stuff, do not skip out on accessibility. This stuff matters, guys. You want to make sure you have your cursor, or sorry, your crosshair, your optic, how you like it. I have recently been playing mine as of today on purple 75. Yes, like Stompin'. And I've actually loved it, bro. I went 22 and 5 in my second to last rank game. It's perfect for me, bro. I love purple 75. Okay, this setting is a make or break setting, bro. Make sure your screen shake is on off, because this is like if someone fuses you above, your entire screen will shake like you're having an earthquake. But you don't want to have it on medium. There's no point of that. That's like you kind of want to be realistic. This game was not realistic. Turn it on off if you want to win. All right, turn it on off. Motion blur. So I thought that saying, oh yeah, have it off. You don't want motion blur. It'll like mess with your eyesight. It'll give you headaches. It'll mess up your aim. So I turned it off. I'm having a good day. All of a sudden I get shot. My entire screen turns red. Why do they have to do that, bro? So you want motion blur on, because if not, if you get shot, you're not gonna see half your screen. I promise you, it is more worth it to have motion blur than see your screen. Because literally, I tried off one time, it's not worth it. Keep it on. Stun VFX, we already went over that in general settings. I don't know. This is the only setting that I've seen that's in 2 taps. But yeah, so team color, this is all preference. Actually, this is not preference. I will say this one thing: a lot of pros who are really competitive, they have opposing team color on blue because it's the brightest color out of these 3, and when they're putting a claymore down, you can see it very, very easily, rather than red or orange when it's in the sunlight, like for instance Clubhouse Garage Door. But I just think mine's more aesthetically pleasing on red, and like blue and red, just like, who uses orange, bro? If you use orange, you're weird. Like blue and red, like, are the 2 colors like teammates and out like enemies. Like, come on now, you gotta use blue and red. These are just chat settings. I'm not blind, so I don't need it on like 200. On like Senville, calling out the guy who beat me in a 1v1 like 3 years ago. All right. And then I use transparent so I can like still see my screen when I'm typing. And those are all my settings.